Hey, how's it going, guys? Just coming in, wanted to make a video, say what's going on. I'm in my semi truck here, just delivering over by Indianapolis tomorrow morning. So got some downtime, so I figured just come on and make a video and just talk about some things. So, what I want to talk about today is basically ways to manage your money and how to be good with money. So, what I see a lot is a lot of older people, mostly people in their 60s, 50s, complaining that they don't have you know they don't have anything saved for retirement. All this stuff. And I mean, people my age too, they are complaining stuff's too expensive. They just can't get ahead, all that kind of stuff. But it's all in the way you choose to spend your money and choose to manage your money, basically. So the main things are you need to be able to write down how much you make each month. You need to know how much you make each month, and you need to know what your expenses are, basically. Just doing that gets you way ahead of the game, just knowing your numbers. And whenever you do that, you can see like where you can cut stuff, what you're spending too much money on. I mean, most people, this is just a generalization, but most people spend too much money on going out to eat, splurging on fast food, Starbucks coffee, stuff like that. And if you look into your budget, you'll probably see that that's the case. So something you could do for that is to just, whenever you get the urge to eat out or waste money on something, just tell yourself, this isn't gonna work for my budget, and I'll figure out another way to satisfy my craving. Cheaper options. I mean, it's okay to go out and eat every once in a while, but when you're doing it all the time, it's just gonna kill your budget. I mean, you can spend $15 to $20 on a meal, for a single person going out to eat. So yeah, just looking at your money and seeing where you're spending, and just getting rid of things that are not 100% necessary. I mean, these are steps you need to take if you just want to get ahead. Just get out of the rat race eventually. You have to be able to save money. So let's talk about debt. The average person in America, they have debt. They have student loans. Most people, it's pretty normal to have a car loan. People use credit cards. The thing about all that is you're paying interest to whatever bank or car loan dealer you have your loan with. You're paying over the price you would pay if you paid cash, like in every instance. So that just slowly eats away at your monthly budget, and it's not something that's like bang right there, but in the long term, over a long period, the amount of interest that you pay from all your debts, it's in a long period of time, it's a huge number. So that's just killing your budget. So what I would recommend, if you do have debts, you know, say an auto loan, student loans, anything like that, would be to pay it off as soon as possible, as quick as possible, basically. So just think about this. If, say you have a $500 car payment, you know, a $500 a month student loan, if you pay off the balance on those, whatever way possible, you know, cutting your budget, doing all that stuff, that frees up $1,000 a month that you are taking home that you didn't have before, just by doing that. It's free money in your pocket that you should be taking home anyway. Dave Ramsey does talk about doing this stuff, and he has a successful company from telling people to get out of debt, and it's true. You should get out of debt as soon as possible and stay out of debt. That's the number one thing to free up your monthly budget. And then once you don't have any debt payments, you can allow yourself to spend more money on things that you enjoy, and just pay cash for stuff. Don't put stuff on credit cards. Don't go into debt, because you're in the negative. As soon as you take out a loan, do any of that, your net worth just drops by that amount, because you owe that amount now. And people just overspending just on vehicles. Like, if you you shouldn't go buy a brand new vehicle. You should, you know, at least get a couple-year-old vehicle, just because you're losing so much value as soon as you drive off the lot. And most people don't use their personal vehicle to make money, so it's just a depreciating asset. You're not making money off of it, except to go to work. But you know, a $5,000 beater can get you back and forth to work. Of course, you need something safe to drive in, but you know, you don't have to buy brand new to get that. So yeah, just paying attention to your money and being able to put aside, you know, however much a month into savings, you know, $50, $100, $1,000, and getting yourself a big savings emergency fund that takes so much stress off of you as a person. You know, having, say, 10 grand in the bank, just keeping that, not spending it on anything, just having it as an emergency fund. It takes so much mental stress off of your life. And another thing I wanted to say is, making more money doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have more money. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. You could make, you know, 200 grand a year and still be living paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't. Most people, when they get a pay raise, they spend more, and that's not the way to do it. You know, if that's what you want to do, you can, but you know, you shouldn't spend all of it. You should save some. So yeah, I just want to finish this up by saying there's plenty of ways to figure out how to save money, how to be better with your money. Plenty of resources online that you can find. So I encourage you to do that. And if there's any videos you'd like to see me talk about, or anything you want to see me do, leave it in the comments. Thanks.